Well, I got him first when he came back from the UFC, okay? And I was kind of like winding down, putting guys over and doing my thing. And Vince goes, I want you to work with Brock. I went, okay, well, I knew his buddy Brad Riggins, who was he lived in Minnesota. He was the coach of the Olympic team several years back. And so when Brock was in high school, we had heard of him. We kept an eye on him, you know. But when he came back from UFC, they gave him to me first, and he was really intense, brother. You know, he was really intense. So my whole thing is we always grab somebody and squeeze them and give them the office. Like, if you got my head and you're about to break my neck, I'll give you the office so you lighten up, you know. And I squeezed the piss out of him, giving him the office. And finally, I just started calling him Broccoli. And I said, Broccoli? I got him to laugh a little bit. I said, let me tell you something. If you keep hurting me in here, if you don't loosen up on the old man here, I'm going to make you look really, really bad because you're going to be in here by yourself. You know, I used to tease him all the time because he's a really good friend, you know. And so when I got him first, he was really, really intense. And now he's turned out to be one of the best workers this business has ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, he draws money. He backpedals. He sells. He's got instinct. He's, you know, got placement. He knows where he's at. He listens. Like, you don't have to tell him what to do. You don't have to have a right or write the match out. He goes out and listens to the crowd with his mind and his heart. You know, and it's something that's a lost art form. He's got it, man. So he figured it out.
That's interesting that it's like a lost art form, because for people who don't know how you guys do a match, like, there's a lot of improvisation going on.
Yeah, if you're really good at what you do, you're in the back, and all of a sudden, if you're really good at what you do, back in the day, I'm talking old school stuff, the referee would come to you and say, hey, you know, Hogan, they want you to go over Piper with a leg drop, or they want a count out or whatever, you know. So knowing that, you know, Piper was so good at what he did, or Mr. Wonderful, a lot of guys I worked for, we'd be, if we were in the same dressing room, we wouldn't even talk. I'll see you out there, brother. You're going over tonight. Okay, I'm going over. It was that good, you know, and the crowd will tell you what to do if you listen.
And you guys have worked together so many times.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a lot of times where you run into guys like Chris Jericho. First time I ever worked with him, you know, they wanted Jericho to put me over, and Jericho and I went out there, and I didn't know what to expect, and he was brilliant in the ring. It was like magic. We didn't even have to say a word. I told Vince, I said, give me that guy every night. That's like a day off, you know.